Rock me, mama.
Hey. Hi.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm Macy.
I'm Amy, and this is Rock Me Mama.
Morga's tending to Rudy Hart.
Yeah, Rudy's
one
not.
of the boys.
Yeah, Rudy's just like not feeling it today. Mm-hmm. He was. Well, you held him, and he got really mad.
I
and it's
held
pretty
him,
much your fault.
and he. It didn't end well.
No,
he was not happy.
He looked sadder than I've ever seen anyone look. He was like, I hated
so
that.
Sad. Yeah,
I hated that so much.
It wasn't great. We have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Anyway, we have our friend Ginger Sharp here. She is a makeup artist and an esthetician in training. And she is an old friend of mine. We used to bartend together in Los Angeles. We had a lot of wild times.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I talk really openly about like how I was.
Yeah. I mean, I was wild as a bug.
You don't give a fuck either. Yeah.
I've done it all.
We were wild. I mean, I remember
hard.
when you met your husband, I walked outside and you were just dry humping in the banquettes.
Yes,
I did that. I got not discharged. I got suspended from work that day or night, and I was like, "Is this bad? Like, I don't have to come to work."
Yeah, they
my
used to like
God.
fire everyone and rehire us because we would just all get drunk and like it was a complete shit show. Yeah. It was
we
great.
would do 6 shots of Jameson a shift and like work.
Literally,
Jameson.
no, like sometimes more.
Yeah.
Jameson.
Yeah.
We would shoot
what's
Jameson
in this
with like
cup right now,
every
Jameson.
customer.
Okay, shots is a whole other thing though.
No, it
I'm
was-
I like tequila shots. Jameson.
I like tequila shots as well. Now I am just a wimp and I just don't like to do shots.
Yeah.
But back in the also bartending and serving,
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
be nice to
No.
people without a couple shots.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Literally, you can't be
I
nice.
just would have picked anything with Jameson.
Yeah.
But more power to y'all.
I don't
That
know
is
why
awesome.
we shot Jameson all the time.
Because like it's an unspoken thing, but bartenders shoot Jameson.
I mean,
Oh, really?
Yeah. At least when we were bartending back in the old days, bartenders shoot Jameson. We shoot tequila and we shoot Jameson.
I'll still shoot Jameson and
Yeah.
I don't bartend.
Yeah.
I mean, not like all the time.
Remember
but
when
like,
we all
I
went through a
just can't do
Fernet
it.
phase too. We were like shooting Fernet.
I don't remember. I don't think I was.
And then
part
there
of
was a
that.
fireball phase.
Oh no, didn't do that either.
Ew,
No, there was.
No,
I've just had too many bad nights on whiskey, so anything.
Yeah.
Just, I
don't really do whiskey either, unless it's like a hot toddy in the winter. I really do love a hot toddy in the winter.
Yeah.
But we used to get down and we, had our time in the sun. And now we're both moms. You have 2 boys. How old are they?
6 and 2.
6 and 2. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has 2 boys except for me. Got a girl.
That's okay.
Girl mom.
Mom.
Yeah.
Boy moms.
Boy, mom.
Yeah.
Did you want a girl?
Yeah. I mean, one day, hopefully. But I mean, I'm very happy with my boys. Yes.
Yeah.
But like, yes, I've always wanted a girl. I'm very girly and
You are.
makeup artist.
Yeah, you need a girl.
But it's okay.
Yeah, if you live in the Nashville area and you need your makeup done, Ginger is amazing. She does a lot of really high profile clients and she makes people look beautiful all the time. How is it going, Morg? You're all right? Yeah, it's going.
Back in the studio.
How has it been for you working and being a mom and going to school? Because you went back to school recently.
Yes, I started back started back. Yes, for a very long break.
Yeah.
In September, full time, and Monday through Thursday, 7 to 3, and then 2 boys, a husband, 2 dogs, a cat.
Dude.
I work freelance. It's pretty crazy. Yeah,
Like you're never off.
Yeah, I study a lot because it's actually a lot harder than I expected it to be. Like next week is chemistry. No one told me I was going to be doing fucking chemistry in a studies class. Yeah.
Oof.
Anatomy, physiology. Like I've had to do all that. Yeah. I was like, I should have been a fucking nurse. Like,
no way.
yeah.
Yeah, why not just
So
go
I
all the
could
way?
do injections. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you have to? How far do you have to go to be able to do injections?
You have to be a nurse.
Oh, you do.
Yeah. Yes. And I actually go to school with a nurse and she's like, these tests are ridiculous. Like my nursing exam. Oh shit.
I just spilled my drink.
I think that's the first studio spill.
I don't think I've ever
The
done
first
that.
studio spill.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm really sorry. For fuck's sake.
Fine.
Jesus Christ.
Well, y'all, Rock Me Mama had a good run, but we actually brought Ginger here to replace you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. We go way back. Ginger and I do, and we've been scheming this for a long time.
Yeah. All right. I'll leave now. Okay, but no, seriously, do your boys give you any guilt about leaving? Like, are they like, don't go or?
Yes. Well, I leave before they wake up, which actually helps a lot because it's always, it's funny. I saw this video the other day where this mom was like, no matter where I'm at and where my husband is, it's always like the kids can be sitting right by dad, but it's always like, mommy, 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 can you wipe my butt? Mommy, I want chocolate milk. Mommy. And I'm like, your dad is right there.
Yeah.
Like, ask him.
Yep.
Yeah.
But and it's fine because I'm going to be doing it for a long time. But it's good that they're asleep when I leave because it would be hard.
Yeah.
Leaving is not easy for us. Like, we don't do well with transitions in my house.
Yeah.
Coming or going.
We do
Very hard.
We do good, but they do sometimes get sad, and it's like, give me another hug, or mommy, I'm going to miss you.
Oh.
So yeah.
But it'll be good because you're going to be able to make more money.
Oh
And,
yeah, hell yeah, that's
Yeah.
I'm going to make more money.
Yeah. Worth it.
Fuck yeah.
Hard. Yeah. Totally.
So we wanted to have you on the show because you're very honest and you're kind of like us, like you'll just say anything. And we really wanted to talk about miscarriage because so many of our listeners have asked to talk about miscarriage.
Because a lot of them have had them.
So many of our listeners have had miscarriages. And honestly, most of my friends have had miscarriages.
Really?
Yes. Most women that I know have had miscarriages. And it's something that is so awful and traumatizing. And I think women just feel like they either can't talk about it or they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And so we really appreciate you coming.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because obviously it's not an easy topic.
And people don't talk about it. Like
Yeah.
for sure. Like they're
We
scared.
haven't really been able to because I don't think any of us.
Yeah.
We haven't had them.
Oh my
Live
gosh, I've
through
had
it.
two friends. I mean, I'm not going to say anyone's name, but one of my friends, I think, was like 5 months. Two of my friends were
Oh
5
my
months.
God.
Yes.
And
I remember that.
And the another friend, and what's crazy, when I had my last miscarriage, I remember this one friend losing her baby at like 5 months, and I was pregnant,
Yeah.
and I was like so scared, and I was like, I had that, I just got it in my head,
Yeah.
But I mean, I lost that baby for different reasons, but yeah, it was. I mean, I just can't.
I can't even imagine at 5 months losing.
No.
Yeah, that's
No.
I can't imagine the
it
trauma.
all, but 5 months is,
No.
it's awful.
My grandmother, I think I've told you guys this, had a stillbirth
yeah.
in
that's-
between my mom and her sister. And she still relives it. Like whenever we're together, she will talk about it. And it's like she's there.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And she's 90.
I can't.
At 90 years old, she can still take herself right back to that trauma of having a baby that is dead.
Yeah.
I cannot even fathom.
No. And I think we were talking about this when you were upstairs. It's something that we can attempt to put ourselves in those shoes, which it's not even, I don't even like to, but same with miscarriage. Like as much as I could think like, imagine what it would be like, there's no way of actually knowing.
No. It wouldn't
That
be appropriate
pain.
for us to do a show
Right.
about miscarriage if we haven't experienced
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So,
So we appreciate
Thank you.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
so how many have you had?
I've had four miscarriages.
And
That's
what
so many.
order? So you have.
Yeah, when did
remind
they
me your boys'
happen?
names?
So I have Lincoln, who's 6,
Okay.
and Sterling, who is 2.
Oh, I like those names.
Yeah, and they're beautiful.
They are. They're pretty cute.
Aw.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. Like Ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
No wonder.
Ginger's not hard on the eyes.
God, make me blush over here. Already nervous. So yes, from Lincoln to Sterling, 4 miscarriages.
So between them.
Between the two,
Yeah.
yes, because
So Sterling's a little.
He's my rainbow baby.
Yeah.
and he was born premature, but
Oh.
he made it.
Yeah.
How preemie was he?
He was like 35, almost 36 weeks.
Okay.
So not like,
But still-
he
But
still
still
came
early.
out a whopping 6.7 pounds premature.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
Jeez.
Wait,
Lincoln
how old
was
was Rudy?
9.2.
What, week 37?
7 weeks and 6 days.
Yeah.
So almost full. Okay, so you had Lincoln,
I had Lincoln.
and then you started trying how soon after?
I would probably say like a year or two after, because I wanted them to be close in age, which, we always have the perfect plan for how our children are going to be, right? Well, guess what?
We're going to map it all out.
So, yeah. And then the first miscarriage I had, it's kind of blurry because the two that I had, or the three that I had, it was like you find out you're pregnant and then, you start bleeding a few days after, but you're already excited. You're taking a pregnancy test. And then, I go to the doctor. She's like, unfortunately, you lost the baby. Your levels are up. I can test your blood, but there's nothing that they can do about that, obviously. And then I had another one that I didn't have to go to the doctor. I was like super early, but I was still showing positive. And then the third miscarriage was like, I had already had a couple of visits. I started bleeding. I knew I was having a miscarriage. I called my doctor. And at that time, I wanted to come into her office. And the girl at the front desk was like, oh, well, you actually have a bill here. And like,
shut the fuck.
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
I swear to God. I'm literally like crying. Like, we didn't have that much money back then. We owed them like $500. I was like, I don't have that right now. Like, and she was like, well, let you talk to our insurance lady or whatever. So she's like, yeah, we can't see you because you owe us this money.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, get back on the phone. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I can put it on a credit card. I'm like crying. And then my doctor gets on. I'm like hysterically crying. I know I'm losing a baby. And she's like, Ginger, it's okay.
It's blowing my mind.
Yeah. A lot. Yeah, it's such a long story, but she's like, there's nothing. She's like, if you want to come in, the doctor gets on the phone and says, if you want to come in, you can. There's nothing we can do. I can call you on some pain meds. But I was so humiliated and mortified. Yeah.
There's a lot happening.
I never went back to that doctor again.
No, I don't think you should have.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like, I paid them their money, and I was like,
fuck you.
Never again. Like,
talk about the worst experience you could be having.
Yeah.
How can I make that work?
Yeah, how can I be the most
that is worse?
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Disgusting.
How can you even ask me about money when I'm having a miscarriage?
Yeah.
How do you know that you're... Because like during pregnancy you can spot, and a lot of people do.
Yeah.
How do you know the difference between a little blood and a miscarriage? Like, do you feel... Is it painful?
Yeah, yes and no. So, like, I don't know necessarily that a lot of people have like ectopic pregnancies, which I don't know if that's what I had. Like, my doctor didn't diagnose me with that or say that. But so when I was pregnant with Lincoln, I'd started bleeding. I 100% thought I was losing him.
Yeah.
But I had to tear my placenta, and I didn't lose him. So the other two times I got tested. The third time I just knew I was losing. I just knew.
Yeah. You felt it.
I knew it was. Yeah.
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 And that one was later on.
What about your fourth?
Okay, so this one is like this one is like 11 weeks. Well,
okay.
I'd been going to the doctor, already had ultrasounds. I still have those pictures, like everything on my phone. You hear the heartbeat or whatever. So I go into my doctor's appointment. I'm 11 weeks. Okay. So I think. And so like they take me into the room, and like she's trying to find the heartbeat, and like you just know like she can't find it, right? And she's like, and then the panic comes in because you're like, what's happening?
Where's the baby? Yeah.
And she's like, okay. She's like, give me just a second.
And they're not comforting, the ultrasound techs.
Well, my doctor now, they really are.
Good. Okay, good.
Like, I really love where I go now.
Good.
Where do you go?
You deserve that.
It's Dr. Binkley.
Oh my word.
Is that your doctor?
She's actually the one who I went and saw whenever my doctor was out and I had preeclampsia.
Who's your doctor?
No way.
I had preeclampsia too.
Monso, yeah.
Okay, but they're all in the same office, right?
Yeah,
what is the office? It's like I don't.
Advanced Women's Health.
Yes, Advanced Women's Health, because we're.
Oh, you had preeclampsia too.
Yeah. Oh, you don't remember when I was like swollen like the Nutty Professor? Like,
yeah, I do. But did you have to be induced?
No,
because Lincoln, I feel like both of them just came like in the middle of the night kind of thing.
Yeah, they did.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yes.
Like your water broke.
No, with Sterling, yes. With Lincoln, no.
Okay.
So.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
No.
Finish, Jesus.
So go back to that, and so she goes out and she gets my doctor, and then comes in, and she she can't find it either.
Yeah.
And I just start crying, and she's just like rubbing my leg, and she's like, it's fine. And Josh couldn't go with me to that appointment.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I think that I'm 9 weeks. I think that I'm 11 weeks, but I was actually, the baby had died at 9 weeks.
Oh my God.
And I didn't know because,
Yeah, how do you know?
yeah.
That's what's so, like, pregnancy is so scary.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the beginning when you can't feel anything.
Yeah.
You're just like,
You're
I'm
constantly
believing. You're like, I'm
wondering. Yeah.
believing I'm pregnant
Yeah.
because a test says so.
Yeah.
But like, you can't feel anything. I don't think I felt Farrah till she was almost 20 weeks or something.
Oh yeah. You're constantly worried.
And you're like, and they don't want to see you that much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're just like, I hope I'm still pregnant.
Yeah. That's why like those symptoms are like anytime somebody says that they're nauseous or whatever, I'm like, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it
Well,
is.
and what? So
Yeah, did your symptoms go away?
did your symptoms stop?
Okay, so when you're 11 weeks pregnant and you're, your second child, you look like you're 5 months, or I did
Right.
anyways. So it was, well, my doctor was like, back to the appointment really quickly. She was like, of course I was hysterically crying. Josh wasn't with me, and I tried to call him. He was busy working. And then she was like, you don't have to go out to the front office. Like, just come out here. And she takes me out the back way. I know, like, just very, very comfortable. I mean, they really
Kind.
are. Like,
They should be kind.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
they should. Like,
You're working with pregnant women, you should be
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
and I was like, I think I'll probably cry about this, but like this all just made me a lot stronger, like
Yeah.
it was heartbreaking at the time. It was devastating, obviously, but, you just got to get back up and keep trying. I guess that's what I did. But, so yeah, that was on a Friday, I think. And this was, March 14th ish, maybe March 13th. And she's like, you're going to have to come back in and get a DNC.
So what is a DNC? Like, what do they do?
That's where they go in and scrape you out and clean everything out. Like at that point, that far along, I don't really know what they haven't done because I'm not done with the story yet. There's like a whole nother part that happened. But I guess like, they have to go in and just clean everything out and make sure nothing's left in there because,
Yeah.
it's a dead baby.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds horrible to say, but that's what it is. So I went to work, had to go to work the next day, like
Oh my God.
looking like I was pregnant, knowing that I had a baby inside of me that wasn't living. I mean, it was just
Awful.
terrible.
That's traumatizing.
It's traumatizing.
So traumatizing.
And then for some stupid ass reason, Josh and I had sex like Saturday or Sunday, right? Like, what the fuck was I thinking?
You were fucked up.
Hormones.
You were traumatized.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe this will make me feel better.
Yeah. Or
Maybe you were drunk. Maybe you're drunk. I mean, I would have gotten drunk.
I wasn't. I don't know what. So, God.
She's
So
like,
we had
that
sex.
night, I'll never forget it.
And then later on, I started bleeding. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck. And then I like start contracting. Like I am having, you're having a miscarriage.
Oh my God.
And so I start bleeding. And this was right when COVID happened. Right when
course
COVID
it
happened.
I remember.
2020, March 2020. So we were calling the hospital, and the nurse, again, here we go. She was like, look, don't come in. Like, if you're just bleeding a little, like I was lying. If you're just bleeding a little, like, don't come in because, like, it just, if you could put on a pad or whatever. Well, I started hemorrhaging.
Oh my God.
I literally put on pregnancy diapers, right? And I keep going to the bathroom, changing this. And then I go to the bathroom and I'm like sitting on the toilet and I'm starting to like sweat and like,
You're probably lightheaded as hell.
I reached down in the cabinet to get I'm just going to get a washcloth and pick it up and like wet it. And then I fainted. I passed out. And I've never done that in my life. And I hit the floor. And then the next thing I remember is like I wake up and Josh is standing over me and he's like, honey, he's like, are you okay? Are you okay? And he's like trying to like, and I was like, yeah. I was like, I guess I fainted. And then that's when we called the hospital back again.
You're like, hey, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But the thing is like we had Lincoln, so we didn't have any. It was 3-4 o'clock in the morning. We didn't have anyone to stay with Lincoln.
When you have a kid.
So we're like trying to call everyone, trying to figure it out. And finally, we got a hold of Josh's brother, Matt. And he came over around 5 a.m. and took me to the hospital. And they checked me. And the things that people say to you, okay, I'm like, the lady that's checking me, she's like, Ginger, you're hemorrhaging. Like, you're definitely losing this baby. I'm like hysterically crying, which the baby had already died.
You're like, I know.
Yeah.
But she's like, why are you crying? What the
Why
fuck?
are you
What is
crying?
I swear to God. What is wrong with people?
Oh my God.
And I was like, because they knew that I knew that the baby wasn't alive anymore. But it's just so
Why are you
traumatic.
crying?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Why? She's like, why are you crying?
What did you say? Were you like,
I just broke down even more. I was like,
why aren't
it's like
you?
my 4th miscarriage. Like, she was young, ER doctor, probably didn't
doesn't
have
matter.
kids. You know,
Some of them are so insensitive.
Yeah.
Why?
It is wild.
Of all the
My
things that I
flappers
would
are
have said right
gasted.
then, that's
All of
not
them.
what I would have thought of.
So,
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
no.
Just
no,
the
it's
like
It's
lack
horrendous.
of awareness and
Yeah.
sensitivity is crazy.
Yeah.
Again,
crazy.
this is the worst thing imaginable. How
Yeah.
can I make it worse?
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to tell you. So when
Oh gosh.
when this happens, they want to test to see why you lost the baby, right?
oh gosh. Okay.
Well, I had been losing so much in the toilet because I was just, I could see chunks of everything, blood, you don't even know what's coming out of you.
Yeah.
And then I got on the phone with a doctor and she was like, if you can bring anything in, like we need to test it.
Oh God.
So
This is
I
like the Twilight Zone.
literally put gloves on and like stick my hand in bloody water that I can't even see and like pull out whatever I can, not knowing, like in my head, I'm like, okay, so you see on what to expect, like this, it's supposed to be 9-11 weeks. Like, what am I pulling out of this toilet right now that I can't see? And then I put it in a plastic bowl, put a lid on it, and take it to the hospital for them to test. And that baby had Down syndrome.
Oh my God. I
That
have
is-
full body chills.
I didn't know that last part. You didn't tell
Yeah.
me that.
They called me a few weeks later to give me my test.
It was the 4th.
That was the 4th and last one that I've had.
And they were able to test that from the blood or whatever.
Yeah, like I guess tissue.
Yeah.
That's why they wanted me to bring it in.
And they
yeah.
felt that was necessary, or you wanted to know?
because I'd had so many.
Okay.
They want to test you,
So they want to know.
and they want to know. Yeah, and
So that's
I'm
not
older.
necessarily protocol after.
I wouldn't imagine, but I don't know.
When you keep having
yeah,
them.
I was
maybe.
Yeah.
I was almost 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
So therefore, we're what do they
You're
call
at
it?
risk,
Geriatric,
high risk, geriatric, maternal, advanced
Yeah.
maternal
Yeah,
age.
That's what they're calling it now.
Yeah.
Advanced maternal.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was
believe I didn't
38
cry.
when
I
I
guess I've
had
told that
Farrah, and I was
story so
treated
many
like an
times.
elderly person.
Yeah. I mean,
At 38, they were like, I was like, I am fine to walk up by myself. Thank you. I'm 38, not
But I-
800.
I think with to kind of answer the question, I've read a little bit about it, and the with most they don't test just because I'm putting air quotes. I know I don't have a camera on me, but air bless you. Air quotes around normal. To, there's a lot of miscarriages that happen, and when they happen super early on like that, it is oftentimes like your body's natural process of like something with
Is wrong. Yeah.
chromosomes is
Exactly.
not right.
Yeah.
Either this wouldn't be viable or whatever. And a lot of there's a lot of people with Down syndrome that are alive and well,
Yeah,
and
that
doing
made
great.
it
And just
through. Yeah.
sometimes that it just there could be. I know there's like a lot of heart issues and things like that. So sometimes they don't. And your body has a way of kind of getting rid of that as in order to protect itself. But it does make sense that after a 4th one,
After a 4th, you'd want to know
would want
what
it.
was going on.
Yeah, and I go to Advanced Women, so my doctor is a specialist.
Yeah.
So
And so after that, because you did end up having Sterling.
yeah,
So did they give you something? Did they give you something to take that, like, were you on it? Like, I know women take something.
like up their hormones to help support it, or
no, not that I can remember. I'm like after 2 kids, I don't remember shit. But no, I don't think so. So that happened in March, and I actually ended up pregnant with Sterling in December.
No
Yeah.
way. I was going to
Of
ask you
2020.
after the 4th, was it like, I need to take a breather here? Or was that almost more
I
like,
just was like,
I'm going to
not-
have another baby?
No, absolutely not. I just like,
You thought it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't think it wasn't going to happen, but I just didn't want to put, I was tired of heartache, and I just didn't want to put so much into it. If it happened, great. If it didn't, great. Like, I focused on, the child that I had, work, whatever, just focused on myself a little bit. It was, well, that's not true. It was COVID. So our whole world was shut down.
Yeah.
My dog of 15 years died in January.
Oh my God, I know.
When I was pregnant. Allie,
I know,
I lost
that was
this baby
awful.
in March, go into the hospital March 16th, have to have this DNC.
Yeah.
Before I went to surgery, I grabbed Josh's arm. I'm like, dude, if the world is shut down, like when I come out of this surgery, like don't leave me here. You
Yeah,
better find me. Because we didn't know what was going to happen back then. I was thinking Walking Dead or something.
I was so
Remember
excited.
that?
Especially
I
March,
know.
because March was like literally right when it
March
started.
16th is the
Yeah.
day. That's
And
the day
we
I
were
had
going
my
to like buy, remember when everyone was like buying toilet paper and like freaking out? And like,
Groceries.
It literally was like the apocalypse. 'Cause
we would
nobody-
wipe down our groceries
I
with Lysol
washed-
wipes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like every
Yeah.
single thing.
We never did that, but
We didn't
we
either.
did.
We were
Yeah, we
so
did.
lax about it. We like went to the lake and nobody.
Oh my God,
they were
we
like,
were
COVID,
psycho.
what? And we were like, woo!
we were
You
those
guys-
people.
You and Nick came over. We sat outside, like table length apart.
Yeah, we wouldn't touch it. We wouldn't go near
Oh
each
my
other.
gosh.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
hey, we all
It was
tried
so
to-
we
fucking
didn't know.
crazy.
It was scary and unknown.
And I was like, honestly, I was drinking at noon. I would start drinking.
Yeah.
all- it. I mean,
I would be like,
Yeah.
because all the tours were canceled. Everything was canceled. Nick was home from work.
Yeah.
All we had was Tito
6
because I
White
got
Claws
pregnant.
was standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's how it was for us.
by 9
We,
just, like,
we
drank-
lived in that
worked out
little
and
apartment in East, and we would just get like fucking hammered. Like
Hammered.
everybody that lived there was like kind of young, and just like everyone was just outside in lawn chairs, like getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Remember
time.
when y'all came over? This is so off subject, but like we were drinking margaritas, and I was making them all night, and I was making y'all's, and then I opened like this new bottle of margarita mix. And I didn't know when I bought it, it was pre-mixed, and I was pouring shots of tequila. And
She was making doubles for us.
yeah, I got so drunk.
sure.
I thought I got food poisoning.
Yeah.
I thought Josh didn't cook the
But
chicken
you were
wings.
just making doubles.
I was
So
so
sneaky.
hammered. I went
my God.
outside to smoke a cigarette back then and set off our fucking alarm. The cops came to our house. I
Oh,
never
yeah.
knew any of that. I never
Oh,
knew it. I was on the
yeah.
back porch drunk.
Oh my God, that's so good. I remember when you called me and told me that. You're like,
This is
guess
after
what
I
happened
lost
when you
a
left?
baby. That's where I was for a
God.
while.
Well, yeah, understandably so.
Yeah.
Making
I
doubles.
mean, yeah.
But I didn't know I was making doubles.
right.
I just
Right.
So it was
accidentally.
pre-mixed and
sneaky
you were
doubles.
putting the
Oh yeah. Oh,
What a
during
time.
COVID, I would take like High Noons or White Claw or whatever, and I would do like a pour of vodka on ice, and then the soda water would be like a High Noon or a.
Oh, yeah.
Mad
Or a White
respect.
Claw.
Mad
That's so good.
respect,
I would be
Amy.
like, I might as well get
Yeah.
as much bang for my.
Yeah. Genius.
No, but I thought it was normal. I was like, I just want to get like the most out of it. No, that's called alcoholism.
right. Sure.
That's
That
not
I would
normal.
say.
But
That
nothing
is
was
true.
normal during that time.
No.
We didn't know anything. We didn't
Yeah.
know anything.
I mean, I had so many White Claws during COVID. It's insane. And then I got pregnant with Harvey,
Yeah, I mean, I think
so-
that's how
Me too.
what
I got
happens.
I got pregnant during COVID too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And poured out a
technically did.
margarita.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
you definitely did.
The end of 2020.
Should have named her Margarita instead of Farah.
Yeah. I could have named her Margarita. It would have made sense.
Mm-hmm.
I was drinking one when I found out that I was pregnant with her
Yeah.
and I had to pour it out. And I was pissed too. I was like, God damn it.
This was a good one.
Yeah, this
The
was a
rewind
delicious
time.
margarita.
That's so funny.
She probably just handed it to me. No, just kidding.
Yeah, here, finish this.
We've done a lot of drinking together.
Yeah. We have.
So I'm happy that I feel like you're at a good place with all of this. You're able to talk about it.
Yeah.
Do you
I thought
think
I was
about
gonna
it a lot?
get
Sterling.
but I don't.
I was going to ask that. I have one friend who has had, I think she's actually had 4 as well. She's now pregnant with twins. She's had 2 kids. And then I think all 4 of her miscarriages were after her second, and then is now pregnant with twins. But for her, like, I know every year when the day of the miscarriage happened, it's a very hard day for her. Is that this may be such a dumb, and I hope it's not an insensitive question, but does that happen? Like, do you remember those dates, or is that something that you try to forget?
Yeah.
Like, what's
The first 3, not as much because I was so early, like 6, 7 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a big difference when you go in at 11 weeks.
Yes. You think you're in the clear.
And you're like, oh, I'm about to be in my second trimester.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
At 6, 7 weeks, like that's a big difference. Like,
Yeah.
for sure?
But yeah, March 16th, I'll never forget that day.
Yeah.
Ever. But
I don't know how you could, but that's I'm always just interested. I don't know.
And I guess like after, because I have friends that have recently had miscarriages and also friends that had miscarriages a long time ago. And a lot of times they get pregnant really soon after. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if your
feel like Morg
hormones
may
are
know.
just, do you know? Why
Sorry,
do you
more
get
to
pregnant
like throw
pretty
you
soon
under. I just feel like
after
if
a
anybody
miscarriage?
would know that, it'd be you.
I don't like scientifically. I did know the answer to this, but it has gone.
Yeah.
To the
Well, you better
wayside.
get it right because
It
you
is-
know how
I
our
know.
fans
I
fact
know.
check us.
Google.
Oh shit.
Oh my God, if we say anything that's not accurate, they're like, actually.
This
Ginger's
is
like, you
my
should
personal
know
experience.
Yeah.
So
This is my truth.
There was one time that
This is
Amy
what
said
happened to
something
me.
about the percentage of
No, Morgan said it. Well, I said it,
having
but
in vitro and it being twins.
both of us were. I was like, Morgan, tell us, and Morgan read it from Google.
Up with my Google search.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we said what Google said, and they were like, "That is check your fact." Like everyone got so mad, and we were like, "Hey, listen, if you're coming to Rock Me Mama for your scientific information, you got bigger problems."
Yeah. Wrong spot.
Yeah, get a grip, please.
Sorry, honey.
Everyone's their own personal Google these days.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe it's because people just try right away. That it's
Maybe.
just like it's like statistically like, oh, or maybe it's more saying about like the reason people have really early miscarriages like that is usually not something that's like, it's like if you can get pregnant,
Yeah,
you know,
Isn't
it's
it
like
easier for you to get pregnant? I don't really know. I really
don't know either,
But I
I know
feel like
that-
I've heard it's
Yeah.
easier
Yeah.
for you to, like after you're pregnant.
Yeah.
It's easier for you to get pregnant, like if you have a child, right?
Well, because it's
But
gotta be
there's
some
also
hormonal-
secondary infertility that I
there's
have
exceptions to
experienced.
every
Yeah,
rule.
like
Yeah,
lots
I'm
of
not
people.
sure.
There's just no. There's no telling.
Yeah.
But I don't know the percentage of women that have had miscarriages, but it is high.
Yeah.
Is it still 1 in 4
I
women?
thought.
Do we? Is that? I know that's what it has been
Check
in the
Google.
past. I just
Nobody get
wonder.
mad at us. We're just
There's
gonna.
1 in 4 here, so
Oh wow! Yeah.
Oh,
You're
there
right.
is.
You're right.
Google that. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Fact check that.
So with the 3.5-4 year difference between your kids, how do they get along? Like when did they start playing? Let's talk about happier things.
I do have one more question about.
oh, yeah,
Can-
go.
and then we can switch to happier.
Yeah.
So we every once in a while we do question boxes on our Instagram page, and months ago, this was like during season 1, somebody asked. They said one of my friends just had a miscarriage. I've never had one, so I don't know what to do to support her. And neither of us having had one, we were like, well, we don't really have advice either.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious from somebody who has experienced an unfortunate amount of loss, what feels helpful? What would you tell somebody who has never had one before?
Or like, how would you want to be
a friend?
comforted?
Yeah.
And what's the wrong thing to say?
Wow. Gosh, I don't know. That's so hard. Because me personally, I kind of just like shut down.
And I'm sure this like greatly depends on
Yeah.
the woman.
Yeah.
For sure. Like
Yeah.
it's a case by case situation.
I mean,
probably, but-
obviously, be there the best you can be. I mean, what can you do? You can't say anything. It's just like when someone dies. There's nothing you're going to tell that person to make it better. I have another friend, God love her. She's had so many. And she, she can't have kids. And it's just like
Heartbreaking.
fucking heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking.
And what did I tell her? What do I tell her? She's one of my best friends. I love her more than anything. And I'm like, I'll carry a baby for you. What do you want me to do? Like, and I would have, but it's not that easy, and it's expensive. But I don't know. I mean, just be there for them if they need to talk to you about it. But that's really all you can do. I mean, it's just let me be sad. Let me be depressed about it. Let them be depressed about it,
Yeah. Ask why they're crying.
I know. I was going to say, what not
ask
to
why
ask
are you
is,
crying?
why are you crying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, don't ask
How
that.
did Josh, like, I know a lot of times the husband goes through a lot too.
Yeah.
How did he feel?
I mean, he was devastated. He was sad, but like, it's just so much more emotion for us. Like, because, even when you have that DNC, you still look pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, I gained so much weight. Like, it's just like, now I'm someone's going to say some of this, but I was like, oh, I'm just fat now. Like,
No, you're not
that's
fat.
how I felt.
You're beautiful,
Yeah.
but you felt.
That's how I felt because,
Right.
I just went through all that. So
Yeah.
mentally it fucks you up mentally for sure.
Well, not to mention the hormones.
Yeah,
Because,
your hormones don't just go right back down.
Pregnancy hormones.
How long do you think it took you to feel kind of normal?
A few months for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I have a really good friend who just had a silent miscarriage. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
So since I heard of hers, I've now heard it a few times, which is like how everything works. You don't see it and then all of a sudden it's everywhere. But it's very rare. But she was about 9 weeks, I think. And the baby was just gone. Like they did an ultrasound. It wasn't there.
Oh,
She never
yes, I
bled.
have heard of that.
She never bled.
I have
She
heard
never
of
had
that.
cramping. The baby was just gone. And she was like, excuse me?
Yeah, I feel like I've heard of that. For
And
sure, but
it was devastating. I mean, it was devastating. And she said, one of the things that rang true that you just said was, she was like, your body still thinks you're having a baby. So your body is still, your boobs still hurt. Your stomach is still pooched out. Your body looks different. And you feel like your body's tricking you, like betraying you. And I just felt, I feel so awful for her.
God.
And for any woman that goes through the miscarriage and the loss.
Yeah.
And it just seems like everybody kind of says the same thing, that you still feel like you're having a baby.
yeah, those feelings don't just go away overnight.
Well, because think your body literally, like, you were pregnant. So your body actually did go through those hormonal shifts and changes. And especially, 11 weeks in, your body has started changing. And so it's not like that just is like, well, we're done. It takes time to.
And people, I feel like, there are a lot of people who expect that expect you to be that way. But like, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
No.
So just be patient with people because, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Pulled up.
Oh, nice.
1 in 4 pregnancies ends in miscarriage. It's not 1 in 4 women will have a miscarriage, but that in all pregnancies that occur, 25% of them will end in miscarriage. Many miscarriages happen before someone even knows they're pregnant.
Yeah,
so
exactly,
like 5 weeks is like when you're expecting your period. So like think if you never if you don't think that happened. So about 1 in 8 known pregnancies will end in miscarriage.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And during that time, you obviously had a kid. So it's like you're having to grieve and mom too. And when you're a mom, you don't get to be sick. You don't get to be tired. You don't get to grieve. You still have to, your kid's like, I'm ready. I'm at a level 14. Let's go to the park. And you're like, I am devastated.
Yeah.
Did he know any of the pregnancies that you were pregnant?
No.
Okay.
Because he was, he was born September 17. This happened in March of 20. So he was 2 going on 3 that year.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have understood.
He didn't know.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Man.
But yeah.
Had you announced?
No.
You had announced it to me.
Yes, I told like
And
my
our friend
friends,
group.
all my friends.
But you hadn't gone on Instagram.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I always think about that too with people that announce really early.
I have a friend. I know a lot of people who've lost babies.
Yeah.
They did their announcement and And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You're
No.
happy. You
Yeah.
want to do that. It's just like, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
why?
It's extra painful.
Yeah.
It's like,
And that's the thing is the justification is like if people say if I would want everybo's support for a miscarriage, then I will announce it because I'm going to want that support anyway. But I'm with you. I would not want to announce and then have to
and
say
then tell everyone.
I would not want that.
Well, and I'm sure
I feel
each,
so bad for people when that
after
happens.
each one, you probably were less inclined.
To,
to tell, yeah, because you're scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Because I know my mom had, I can't even remember, 2 or 3 in between my brother and me. And I know once she finally got pregnant with Kyle, my brother, they didn't tell anybody, including family, for like a long time because
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
were scared to do so. So I would imagine it would
Yeah.
be really tough. But
And there's a lot of blame, like, you know, what have I done? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
is it because I partied so hard in LA? Like, what
Yeah.
is it? You know, like,
Yeah.
what have I done to myself to make me be like this?
Yeah.
But then
What could I have
there's
done
people, then
differently?
there's like
Yeah.
crackheads that have
yeah.
babies easily
Yeah.
over and
That's
over. So
true.
it's like you just can't.
I know.
But that's
Yeah.
how mom's brains work, though.
Yeah.
It's always what could we have done differently? What
did I do?
Yeah, it's literally how our brains are wired. It
Yeah.
sucks, but that's just how it is. Wow.
I never like there are women that literally like there's that one woman I don't know who she is, but she runs like marathons at
Ballerina
like 40
Farm.
at 40 weeks pregnant and runs marathons and has like a thing connected to her and she's like behind her is like a wagon of all her other kids. I'm like, how is that not causing a miscarriage? Like how are you able to literally do the Olympics at 40 weeks pregnant and your kid's fine and other women literally have to be bedridden?
Yeah.
My friend Bree had to be bedridden for her last pregnancy.
Oh,
and
I didn't know that.
she had to not do much of anything.
Really?
And then she had a C-section and hemorrhaged and almost died and had to have a blood transfusion. Like, how does that? I just don't.
Yeah.
It's so fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, it's everybody's.
It's just so crazy.
Everybody's so different.
Human body.
Yeah.
The female body.
Female
is a
body.
goddamn mystery.
Yeah, it really is. Well, and each pregnancy within the same woman is different.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, it's all a mystery, but it's amazing. And
I'm just glad that you have 2 gorgeous
know.
children
Too.
that are so sweet. They're both. I mean, Sterling fucking kills me.
They're both precious.
They're both beautiful, but Sterling's the little one.
Yeah.
So like, you know, the little
Well,
one's
of
always.
course.
well, and he's also not that Lincoln isn't perfect and wonderful too, but Sterling's a special. I mean, he's your rainbow baby. That's really special.
He is definitely my wilder child.
What's the
Yeah.
difference though? Like, and I want to ask all of you guys this, and then we'll wrap it up. There is something, and you've said this before. There is something about your first child
There's
where
definitely
you're-
something about
like,
your first
she's
child.
always
Yeah.
been the one to be like, I love both my kids.
I do.
but my first is just
It's like
I've said that about Edu.
Yeah.
both of my boys are precious. I love them more than anything. But like your
just
first
different.
child is like that's the one that gave you that feeling of love that you never knew you could have again. And so you have that second baby. You're like, oh my god,
He's the
I
one
love
that made
this
you
one
a
just the same.
mom. Like,
Yeah.
they change. Like your first literally.
Do you think
changed
you're
you.
like easier on Lincoln than you are on Sterling, or the same?
I think I'm pretty easy on both of them
Yeah.
because I'm definitely not the firm parent.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely the pushover. Like they had me, like Lincoln was sitting in my lap the other night. We were watching TV and he looks up. He's like, Mom. I was like, yeah. He's like, you're beautiful.
Oh,
I mean, come on.
You're like, what? I'm gonna be
You're like,
firm
what
with
do you
you?
know?
Yeah, what are we what?
Like, do you want a new car, buddy?
Sarah's been saying to me recently, she's been saying, Mommy, you're my best friend.
Oh,
and I'm like, I am going
yeah,
to
that's-
just jump off a bridge.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
Like,
illegal.
you're my best friend and I love your hair. You're so beautiful.
love your
She tells all you guys, she's like, I love your hair. Like,
But
she's
it's
just
so
very
sweet.
sweet and
Yeah.
complimentary.
Yeah.
And she loves women. Like she
Oh, I love
she
that.
She's a
really
girl's
does.
girl.
But lately you're my best friend.
oh my
Yeah,
god.
and then
so
looking in
sweet.
my eyes and kissing me, and I'm like, I cannot.
It's precious.
I can't have you grow up.
Yeah.
I have to have you stay.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be hell.
Yeah.
I know.
Ugh,
I mean,
yeah.
not for you. I mean,
Like I need to
for
be able to
me,
lay in bed and make out with you, like all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
kiss her, like.
Yeah. And see, Sterling's like that too. They like, before I left, he's like, give me a hug. Or when I put him in the bed, Mommy, give me a hug. Give me a kiss. Or like they love to do like butterfly kisses and all that. Like,
I do that with E, my older one.
It's so sweet. So they're both precious and I mean, oh my God, they really are.
Yeah, they really are so beautiful too. All of you. Everyone, nobody has ugly kids here.
No, that's true.
Not that there really are ugly kids, because ugly kids are cute.
That's true too.
I mean, let's be real.
Ugly kids are so cute.
And first of all,
Morg. But like, funny looking little.
Mine
like,
are cute.
Funny looking little.
but if someone thought my child was ugly, I really wouldn't give a shit because
Right.
I'm
You're
going to
like,
think my
oh, yeah.
somebody bite me.
Yeah.
I don't care. My child, my kids are the most beautiful people on this earth.
Not every kid is cute, but every kid is cute to somebody.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, that's a
true.
good way to say it.
When Farah was born, like when Farah was about like a few weeks to a month old, she looked like a little old Italian Jewish man.
Yeah.
And
They
she had like
do.
hair. She was like,
But at the time, you didn't think that.
but
You
I
thought
was
she
like,
was the
oh my
cutest thing
God,
in the
I
world.
filmed, I would put my camera in her face and be like, those features. Like, I just thought there couldn't have been anyone more beautiful.
No.
But I look back and I'm like, oh wow, you were a funny looking little thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
look at my kids. I'm like, I'd be like, they're beautiful. I'm like, now I'm like, were they that beautiful? Or was that just me?
Yeah. It is funny. You do look back and you're like, oh, you weren't
Definitely
quite as
like an old
cute as
man.
I feel like you were.
Yeah, you were beautiful to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up. But thank you so much, Ginger.
Thanks for being open about it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I know
I didn't bring
You
out the
couldn't-
waterworks.
No,
Couldn't have been
that's
easy.
okay. I didn't,
No, like Macy cries every single
I
episode.
do. I cry
so
every episode. I can't believe I didn't cry.
She held it
I
in.
know. I was close over here.
I know.
But yeah, it really appreciate
It's gonna
you
mean a lot to a lot of women.
Yeah.
I feel, and that's, I know we have to wrap it up, but I feel like talking about it does help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have told this story so many times to like people who've just asked, and like talking about it does help. Like if you're going through this, like if you like talk to someone, like
Yeah.
don't keep it a secret. Why do we need to be shamed
Yeah.
for this? Like there's no secret. There's no like, just
Yeah.
talk about it. Let it out. Like,
I mean, if 1 in every 4 women, as we
Has a
have
miscarriage.
Google confirmed, actually have miscarriages, then like the chances, as sad as this is to say, but the chances of you speaking to another woman who has had one are not low.
No,
And
you most definitely know someone that
Yeah.
has had a miscarriage.
And we're repopulating the earth. It's such a big life thing that it's like if it doesn't work out and you have a miscarriage, like why shouldn't you be able to talk about that as
Right.
well? Unless you don't want to, which is also fine.
yeah,
But,
I mean,
there's just so much about motherhood. And I know we've especially learned this since starting this podcast, that really the validation and not feeling alone. And no matter what the topic is, whether it's mom guilt or going back to work before you're ready or hating pumping, whatever it is, miscarriage, like any of it feels, even if there's just one other mom that's like, hey, me too, that just feels so much better. And I know that a lot of our listeners have had miscarriages.
Really
so
wanted
this
to hear
will-
about this.
Yeah, yeah. So we really appreciate it.
when I say that I shut down, because I'm like, talk about it now. Yes, okay. I don't want to sound like I'm contradicting myself. At that moment, I shut down.
Of course.
Sure.
Now I can.
You need
talk
a
about
minute.
it.
We've had time to process it.
Exactly.
and-
Oh, when you first told me, I didn't hear from. I would just text you or call you every couple days and be like, "How are you?" And you're like, you either wouldn't answer, or you'd be like, "I'm not good."
Yeah. How could you be though? Gosh.
No, no, it's really awful.
amazing.
You're amazing, and
we're
you're
all
beautiful.
amazing.
And if you need your makeup done, Ginger Sharp,
Or soon to be aesthetics.
esthetician. Yes, love it so much. All
Find her on Instagram.
right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Ginger.
Rock, rock, rock me, mama.